All right, we're talking lump tuna, which has really expanded out to what I would call shelf tuna fishing. Like, used to be the tunas would all congregate on the midnight lump, and then it came over to the salt dome lump and the east lump, and now really those pogie balls are what we're looking for. And you're kind of driving around, you're looking for fish busting, you're looking for birds, and you're ultimately looking for pogies. Sometimes there's sharks, sometimes there's giant yellowfin tunas. The tuna to me have actually gotten bigger in the Gulf of Mexico from when I was a kid to where they are now.
Sure seems that way.
And the tackle has gotten super specialized, especially for fishing this time of year. We're going to be concentrating on casting baits, chunking with cut up blackfins, cut up bonitas, chunking with pogies. That still works, believe it or not. And we'll even kind of talk a little bit about the live bait setup for it. But Angelo Di Paola, the Coastal Connection with EXP Realty, and
I'm Brent.
Brent.
Yes, sir.
And this is Brent. Brent's over here at J&M Tackle, the Gulf Coast foremost saltwater outfitter, serving the dedicated angler since 1988. And I've been serving the dedicated real estate investor for about 12 years now. But we're not here to talk that. We're talking tunas. And let's get right into the terminal tackle. Like, some of the stuff, I've never seen anybody throw a giant zero spook. I know that's not what it is.
Yes, sir.
But what is that?
So these stick baits, these topwater baits, they're becoming a lot more popular with these surface busting fish. So especially the lumps, you're going to see yellowfin on the surface rather than, like a rig. You're going to be marking them, fishing them down deep. So these things are going to be on schools, or these yellowfin are going to be on schools, hitting pogies. Happens every year. So they're feeding on those fish on the surface, and that's why these have become so popular. Any kind of surface lure.
So we got stick baits.
Yes, sir.
We got poppers. I know they just caught the new Louisiana state record.
Correct.
What is this?
So I'm new to it myself. I was just told that is the lure that was
Mad Mantis.
Yes, sir. And we will be carrying them, and that's another style.
It feels like it has some keel weight to it, which really has got to work well for long distance casting.
Exactly, yes, sir. It's going to really help get that cast to where those fish are busting.
And
stay away from those fish.
The mag popper.
So that's one of my personal favorites, proven to me.
All right, no, I love it.
Yes, sir.
Big, heavy duty treble hooks on both of these.
Yes, sir.
Through cabled. And all right, so I'm looking here. You've got no live bait needed swim baits.
Absolutely, and that's become so popular here in the last 2 years.
Yeah,
we just started carrying the JYG as well, very similar.
Yeah.
But these Nomads have really caught a lot of fish for us this year. Super durable, super heavy. So
this is what everybody's been fishing with the past few years.
Correct.
But Joseph was telling me that there's a lot of guys coming in with the JYGs. One thing is what sticks out to me, no paddle tail, and it's a slightly smaller bait. I just find that sometimes the fish are focusing in on different sizes.
Absolutely. Now we do have a longer size than the JYG, except I picked out this one on purpose because we don't have a smaller size in the NLBN. Let me grab the K-tail here though.
Yeah.
But that way you have two options. Sometimes they really like those small baits rather than those big ones. Sometimes it's changing stuff out. But realistically, they should both catch fish the same.
Yeah.
But again, very happy with these NLBNs. They've caught a lot of people, a lot of fish this year, and actually starting to sell them in a kit, pre-made.
Pre-made, you don't have to screw them on. They're ready to roll.
Correct.
And the thing about with me is like, yeah, you buy the kit. I say buy them both. Like, you want some bigger baits, you want some smaller baits.
Yes, sir.
You don't know what those fish are going to be targeted in on. If you're fishing from here, or you're fishing from Pensacola or Mississippi, or you're leaving out of Louisiana, like, it's probably the smallest investment you're making is in your bait, and why not be prepared for whatever you're going to come across that day. How do you like to rig them? Like, what kind of knot?
Yep.
What kind of leader material?
So recently, what I've been doing is doing a split ring, very similar I don't know if they can see that, but it's going to have a split ring to a ball bearing snap swivel, or to a ball bearing regular swivel.
Freaking love it.
Yes, sir. And what that's going to do is when those tuna are pinwheeling, especially if you have braid, it's going to keep that twist out of the line. So that's one really important thing. Now, I like tying a uni knot, double wrapping it through the eye, so you have 2 strands of line on that hook's eye.
Do you do I do the same thing on the poppers. I find like this is not a good connection to tie to.
Yes, sir.
And then a split ring is not a good connection to tie to either. But the swivel is the perfect connection to tie to.
It's going to eliminate that twist that causes a lot of breaks. And that can go for the hooks as well, like I have here, which is really cool.
All right, so we've covered the terminal tackle. Look, this isn't actually for sale yet at J&M, but I'm going to make Brent set up a box for you guys. We call it the Brent Box. If you come here and you're like, man, I don't want to have a bunch of different hooks and different packages. It's all set up. All the hooks, the J hooks, the circle hooks, the snap swivels, rubber bands, everything you need in here. They got the big J, they got the big circle hooks if you want to fish big life mullets. They got smaller circle hooks if you like to fish smaller circle hooks for the mullets, or you're going to chunk. So the Brent Box, it's not yet registered, trademarked by J&M, but
we're getting it set up.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right, so we talked swim bait, so I think in poppers, so we'll just go straight to like the rod and reel combo for that.
Absolutely.
And this is similar to what I have on my boat. What is this?
Yeah, so the first thing we have here is the 18,000 Saragosa. We got spooled with 65-pound line, so that way you get tons of casting distance. And that's paired up with our J&M popper rod, tuna popper rod. Now you could throw live baits with that, but here, wanted to show y'all, we have it set up with an NLBN. Again, very easy to set
What's
up.
the length on this rod?
It's going to be a 8 foot, I believe.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. And again, just your NLBN setup, kind of how we were showing. Now, any of these lures is what this rod is designed for. It's going to throw those lures very well. But very versatile when you're at the lump.
And the 65-pound braid, like I know people are like, I want 80 on mine.
Yes, sir.
Like, I don't know if anybody's ever put like just 30 pounds of drag on themselves. They think they have it.
Exactly.
It will kill you without a harness when you're sitting here holding this. So I love the 65 on here. I think that's all you need for a casting rod. You can go heavier, but these fish really aren't going to run you into any structure.
Absolutely.
And
that's another thing people forget at the lumps. It's only about 300 feet.
Yeah.
You're not keeping them from going, to the bottom and losing all your lines. So you'll have plenty of line on there.
So we've talked casting baits, we talked swim baits, we talked poppers. You can obviously catch these things. You guys have a butterfly jig here.
Yes, sir.
Well, this isn't a butterfly jig. Who makes this one?
So that's a ahi is who makes that now.
Yeah.
The whole reason I set this one up here is just to kind of show y'all what we catch bait on, blackfin. And that's going to be one of your best chunking baits you can get because that's something that's natural to them. These jigs work very well, and sometimes you might hook that yellowfin on it as well. So
Yeah.
good thing to have tied on to a jigging rod or any kind of spin rod.
All right, I'm excited about this, mainly
sir.
because I like real porn. And Shimano has come out with a new Talica line. When did they do that?
So it was probably about a year ago now.
Jesus.
Once they first started releasing them, now it really came into stores probably about 6-8 months ago.
And we'll probably do a deep dive on this reel later, but like right off the get-go, they replaced the little handle that used to come on these with the power handle.
Correct.
Which I don't know, like I've swapped out all the handles on mine. It's nice to see them come in like this. And you have a circle hook, feels like, what's this, 80
so that's going
or
to be
60?
80-pound fluoro there.
80. What do you have it spooled with?
So these reels here are spooled with 500 yards of 80-pound hollow core, and then it's spliced with 130 yards of 80-pound mono on top. So that way, that stretch gives you kind of a suspension. With those tuna making head shakes, it's not going to pop, and then the braid underneath is giving you that line capacity.
Gives you the line capacity. It's easy to swap out the mono every year.
Exactly.
and then you've got it on a circle hook on a split ring with a swivel. Here again, I think it's super important to like give these fish some room to move. The other thing is that like I think a lot of people really want to try to snell these hooks. The problem with snelling a hook without the chafe gear is the fish are gonna chafe you off.
I've seen it more times than not.
I speak from experience.
It pops them every time.
You have about on 80 pound, you have about an hour, and
yes, sir.
you know you're either gonna chafe them off if you don't have the right setup, and if you're on there for much longer than an hour, you might be paying the tax man.
Oh yeah.
So,
Oh, yeah.
and we were talking about this earlier, and like I love this point you brought up, Brent. So you were talking about setting up the J hooks, and I didn't know guys were doing this, but it makes sense. Talk about what you were telling me.
So we've had a lot of captains come in here asking for a 4X J hook. So what that's gonna kind of allow is those tuna, and it doesn't sound the best, but it allows those tuna to swallow it. And that it kind of makes it uncomfortable for them, so it makes those tuna come to the surface before those sharks can get to it.
I mean, it's key.
Yes, sir. And live bait, it's an awesome hook to have as well. Now you can go with your traditional J hook or circle hook as well, and you know similar results, except you'll be hooking them in the corner, and you may not get them up as fast, but another great option.
Now, look, before circle hooks were a thing, we all fished J hooks, and like if you can get them down in their throat, down in them gills, and you can hurt them, the chances of you catching them go up. Now,
Absolutely.
do you like the one thing I wonder, and I'm not sure if like sometimes captains don't share everything that they're doing.
Oh yeah.
Like for me with that hook, I would try to fish 100 or 130 if I could get away with it.
Oh yeah.
And then I'd tackle down if I couldn't get away with it.
Absolutely.
Because that's going to protect you against the chafe.
Yes, sir.
And I mean, guys, if you're out there fighting these fish much more than an hour, hour and a half, like you're essentially donating that fish to the toothy predators of the Gulf of Mexico, and you're fishing around pogie balls. You're going to be fishing amongst sharks, and once one of them hits your tuna, you know, it becomes a feeding frenzy bloodbath.
Yes, sir.
All right. Have I missed anything?
There's just one more thing that I wanted to go over.
Yes.
And that's going to be the knots on a spinning reel.
Awesome.
Which a lot of people kind of miss out on.
Yeah.
A lot of
Yeah. What do
casting
you?
distance.
This one thing I noticed
Yeah.
right when I walked up, I saw this knot. What is that?
Absolutely. So that another thing that's becoming very popular in recent years is the FG knot, and it basically.
I'll tie a
keeps you-
clean one here.
Yes, sir. I try my best. But what that's going to do is allow that knot to come through those guides without causing more friction and getting caught up. You're going to get an extra 10 feet at least going that way rather than a uni to uni.
Brent, let me ask you this: if I brought my rod in, and like you've got like what looks like about 8 feet of fluoro,
Yes, sir.
but I may want 50 feet
Absolutely. Everything
because
is
like
custom.
I might lose a few stuff, but I really like your knot.
Yes, sir.
Can you set people up with that?
Sure thing, yeah. So, you know, everything's custom here. We can set you up how you want, and especially the knots. We always try to ask people what knot they prefer. We try to learn as many as we can so we can offer that, but if anybody needs rods and reels rigged up, we do that for, you know, small labor charge, and makes it easier for people knowing that stuff is done right here. So
Or maybe they'll let you watch, or you can just go to YouTube and figure out
absolutely,
how to
and
knot yourself.
that is a great thing to do, is go to YouTube, learn how to do those yourself.
I mean, if you want us to consider you a fisherman, learn how to tie your knots.
Absolutely.
Anyway, Brent,
Yes, sir.
dude, pal. I mean, like, I'm fired up. I'm waiting for this wind to lay down,
Oh, we all
and I
are.
want to go catch a tuna right now. You guys have everything you need here to go get in. Literally, people come from all over the world right now to go chase tuna. Like, it really kind of, to me, starting south of Dolphin Island,
Yes, sir.
all the way south of the Chandeliers into the West Pass area of the Mississippi River. Like, I've seen them in as shallow as 50 foot. Most of the time, you're going to find those fish in 100, 300 foot of water.
Yes, sir.
Anyways, look, if you're looking to get set up at a real tackle store with real people that know what they're doing, you come over here to J&M, you talk to people like Brent. If you're looking for great real estate advice, honest real estate advice, you hit me up at Orange Beach Marina, Angelo and Brent, the Coastal Connection.
Yes,
here at JM
sir.
Tackle.
Well, thank you very
All right.
much.
Catch y'all next week. Oh, wait. We almost forgot. We're giving away a free $25 gift card. Put the word tuna in the comments. That's how you enter to win a gift card. If you like the video, please share it. We would really appreciate your support.